Welcome back to the Smith and Burke Show. He's Smith and I'm Burke.
It's true. I had to think about it for a second that time to make sure you weren't screwing with me.
I have to think about it every time since that time.
Yeah, you
I'm not
threw us
gonna lie.
off.
I don't trust myself. Today, I thought it would be fun because we both have a favorite artist that is, I don't know, he's definitely in my, he's probably in my top 5 of, most creative artists ever. And I don't know where he is with you. I can't say he's my favorite rapper, but he's definitely one of my favorite.
You would say favorite lyricist.
Oh, by far. I've definitely
Yes.
learned more about lyrics from this guy than probably anybody else.
Well, see, you're in the music scene. You listen to music all the time.
Yeah,
Music
that's
is
true.
like your life. You make music. You live music. I'm not a very musical person in most aspects. So
You're surprisingly musical.
I don't know. It's
People don't think that you do that, but then
I don't have the ability to play instruments.
eh,
I mean, I'm not saying I could. I've never put the most time I ever put into anything was piano.
Right.
But I don't feel like I have that. I don't know. I feel like I don't look at music the same way as you do. But
yeah, which is fortunate for you.
yeah, probably. But yeah, no, he's definitely up there for me. I don't know if I can think of anyone better, but like I said, because I'm not in it as much, I don't know that many
Right.
different art. That's more of the thing, is that you're exposed to a whole lot more of it than I am.
Sure.
I'm very much more limited
Sure.
in what I expose myself to than what you do. Whereas you seek out
Yeah,
as much as possible.
I just call it indecent exposure, how much I'm out there.
Yeah.
Probably out there a little too much, but that's okay. But so yeah, I think that's pretty fair though. So he's definitely, like you said, you can't think of anybody better. I don't think that many people can. It's definitely
Who want to be true to themselves.
Yeah.
Who want to be not I don't know, being true to yourself.
Yeah.
You can't pick anybody else.
Yeah, my friend Tommy, who is way more into it than I am. I even got him to admit once. He'll never admit it again. But I just had him I just kept saying, no, be honest. Be honest.
Yeah, if you're
Be honest.
gonna be honest.
And he said, okay, I'd probably say, and then he said it. So we just bonded over that. It was yeah. As much as he may not sound the greatest, there's nobody who is more sophistically talented when it comes to writing.
Right. Yeah,
lyrics.
because the guy can't sing. That's for sure.
No.
He can't carry a tune.
No, and his beats were good for the time. I don't think he's really gotten a breakthrough. The game's just kind of evolved past him. He's the best at what he does, but the problem is I think he got so good that people just kind of it just evolved away from that.
Yeah, and I think even the people that listen to him casually probably take it well, especially casually take it for granted. But even the people who are really big fans probably just take it for granted at this point and say, "Oh, in general, your music isn't there, but you're forgetting why he's so amazing. You're just because you're taking that for granted. You're like, just listen to the words, listen to the lyrics, listen
Yeah.
to the double meanings, and just the meaning in general behind the whole song." And I think a lot of people probably take that for granted.
He's gotten it to a place now where the enunciation of the words sound like a totally different sentence. I don't know if you've heard that, but he'll say a sentence, but the way he enunciates it,
Right.
Even though he says something that makes sense, it sounds like he's saying an entirely different
He's
thing.
saying two different sentences at once.
At one time. And
Yeah.
depending if you're reading it or not, you're going to hear it one way.
Yeah, or he'll say a sentence that sounds like one sentence, but every word in that has two meanings, where you're listening to two different sentences depending on how you interpret the words.
Yeah. And I don't think anything's past him. I know, and that's the cool thing about this artist, is that every single time I listen to their music, I'm almost 99% sure I'm going to catch something I never caught before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, totally, 100%.
Yeah. So it's very re-listenable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every single time. And then you hear somebody else who knows more than you or just has a different perspective to listen to it, and they'll point things out to you that you just never would have found in the history
Yeah.
of the world. Like
It's like my brain didn't work like
right,
that.
I've just randomly called you before and just been like, I just discovered this. I don't have a good example, but it's like you just listen to it, and
No,
you're all of a sudden,
1000%.
well, we thought this was a double, but turns out it was actually a triple because
Yeah.
there's this meaning to it. It's crazy.
Yeah. He's got to have those moments where he just surprises himself.
Well, I think he's even said before that he doesn't know. Maybe we've just said that, but I feel like he said that he didn't even know. He doesn't know half the stuff that he put. You know, like some of it is accidental.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's okay because most of it's not. You can't have that much accidental magicianry magic.
Magicianry.
like you just can't.
You can't have that much magicianry.
You can't. It's just not possible. I had to make up a word for it. That word probably already existed to him. I just made it up.
I wonder if he's actually gotten credit for inventing words. Like if it's like dictionary, definition, and then it's like he wrote it.
I don't know because he just doesn't really invent words. He just uses words that you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
And in ways you didn't know you could use them.
That's the thing. I think it's the way he uses words. I know, like, so when it comes to like my music and everything, one thing that people one thing that I've been told is they're like your lyrics. Because I mean, I'll listen to other artists even locally, and I'm like, they make me want to quit. You know, they make me want to put it down. I'm like, they're so good. And then even just recently, somebody was like, yeah, but your lyrics are really where it's at. And I mean, I took that compliment pretty heartfelt. Took it to heart, yeah. Mm-hmm. And because it's something I really do take a lot of pride in, but I really owe a lot of that just to the amount of hours and probably real-time days
for sure
that I've spent analyzing the things this guy does with words. Like, and it definitely has made a huge impact on me with like the cadence, you know, and just the sound of a vowel and like hearing that spike. Like I don't make that kind of music at all.
Right.
But the music that I do make, it has a lot of that, which kind of, and I'm not the only person who does that. You know, I'd say Post Malone does that. I'd say like Noah Khan does that with their lyricism, and they're also great lyricists in my opinion. But definitely just, what's a good analogy? It's like you immerse yourself. It's like when you're playing Tetris and you put it on like level 10. And you just play on level 10 and you suck and you suck and you suck and you suck. And then you put it on level 7 and you're like a master. You know, it's like that's kind of how I look at it. Like I immerse myself into like all of those, like the craziness of that guy's brain and genius. Mm-hmm. And then I dial it back and just do it at like 0.2 speed.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that for sure.
And obviously you, with your lyrics and your music, has
the very little that there is.
The very little that there is, but it is there. Like you've definitely taken a lot of inspiration from him as well.
Oh yeah, because he's like, he was like the only person there was like just 2 straight years where he was like the only artist I had listened to, like in general, like not even counting other genres, just because like you showed him to me, and that was just like. That was all I wanted to listen to, and so I've listened to a lot. I've slowed down much more, you know, because there's always so many times you can listen to the same songs over and over and over again.
It comes in phases, though.
Yeah, you definitely have phases, and now I just have my favorites, you know, blended through everything else. Now I just get a more varied stream of it. But yeah, I mean, when that was the only rap artist that I listened to for the longest time, and I have a few others that I like. I like very specific songs of specific people. But he's like the only one where I could, like, if you locked me in a room and said, all right, you have to listen to this man's entire discography from beginning to end, I'd be like, sweet. I'd be like, I'll do it twice if you want me to. Like, it's fine. Like, there's not a song that I hate, you know. Well, maybe there's a few songs I wouldn't want to listen to, maybe. But for the most part, they're all great, you know. But yeah, he's like the one that I listen to.
With all of this being said,
you assume most people know who we're talking about by now.
Yeah. Tom McDonald.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that. That's so funny.
Oh, we should have said it on 3.
Yeah, we should have. That would have been hilarious. I was gonna say that. No joke.
Wow. That's so funny. I know, I was like, you can't not use it. Like, we built it up that big.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Tom McDonald, dude.
The real OG since '99.
Since 99. Is that when he was born?
Probably.
Probably. Yeah. In Canada.
No, it's not Tom.
No one
McDonald.
loves America more than Tom McDonald. Except maybe Drake. It's not Tom McDonald.
No, it's Eminem.
It's Eminem.
It's Eminem.
I think everybody knew that.
Everybody should have known. There was one person out there.
Yeah, we know who you are. We know who you were. I'll put it that way. You are no longer that person. You can never be that person again.
I cut you off. What were you saying?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's just great.
So, yeah. Okay. Went from listening to that, and then what happened is, I guess, we needed to talk about this on the podcast at some point anyways.
Okay.
It was an inevitability. I was waiting for 42 subscribers before I dropped this bomb.
We're at 43, by the way.
Oh, I missed it. Okay, well, it's better late than never.
Someone unsubscribe.
Don't do that. So, many years ago, I'd say in 2020, that wonderful year.
I think so, yeah. Didn't have anything else to do.
Had nothing going on. Yeah. I had a little cold. That was about it. But basically, we were hanging out, and one of my brothers lives very far away, California, in the Marine Corps, and we just decided to start some beef with him for no reason at all, just out of sheer boredom. So we made a video. It was just like a call-out video. Brother responded with a very good video, and I was like, okay, we got to do something else. And it was that quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did.
Literally the second video
we did the video, and then I think it was that night he sent one back, wasn't it?
I think it was the next day.
It was the next day.
I think
Okay, so it was the next day he sent back just another video,
Mm-hmm.
like a talking into the camera video, and then we had, I think it was probably you had the idea to write a diss track, and I don't remember how long after. I don't have the timeline of how much.
I think he responded in like a week.
With his after I sent mine.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think it was very long the first time,
Yeah.
but now there's like years in between. But
Yeah,
it
kicked it off. The first one literally sucked so bad. I wrote the whole thing, and it was horrible.
I ghostwriter.
Yeah, I ghost wrote. Is that the first time we're admitting this? Probably.
Everyone knew.
Everyone knew. I've been called out. I think he calls me out in a couple of his raps about it too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Then Caleb picked up the pen, and actually.
You helped the set. It was real,
I think I wrote like a section of it, but you did most of that though.
Yeah, and it was funny because you've told people too before is that when we recorded the very first one, I guess you just explain. Just explain it how you. Because I don't want to take your words and twist them.
No, twist them. That's not bad. But yeah, basically, I sit down. Caleb's like, I don't know how to rap. I can't rap. I've never rapped in my life. And I was like, it's easy. And I literally just showed you the words, and I was like,
Had I been listening to Eminem at this point? I don't think
so.
No, this was before.
Yeah.
I think it was this that was like, okay, you got to listen to what a real rapper is like.
Yeah.
Like I had heard rap before, like I'd seen Let It Shine on Disney Channel, like everyone else had.
Yeah.
But I knew it, so I had heard it before, and I had heard Eminem before, but not actually like
you didn't
consciously
absorb it.
Like I knew the guy's voice sounds so iconic. I already knew how he sounded, but I hadn't listened to that much of it.
Yeah, no, that's true. And so, not much experience at all. Never rapped before. I just handed you the words, and I just hit play on the beat, and you just immediately had your own flow. And I was just like jaw on the floor, like, what is just, it was like second nature. And I know a lot of people are like, "There's no way this kid can rap, even right now."
It's funny telling people
I know it's so
that
funny.
because nobody believes you.
Nobody believes me. And then yeah, I was like, this kid's really good. And we sent it around to a couple of friends, and they all hyped it up. Like I don't think anybody has ever had a bad thing to say about it. Genuinely,
Right.
yeah. So be the first. No, I'm kidding. You're gonna love it. But yeah. And then Jacob made his, and his was way better written because he actually cared.
And he knows how to write music.
And he knows how to write music. Yeah.
Well, I guess you wrote the first one. You also knew how to write music, so I guess that's not. Yeah, I think he cared more at that point.
Yeah.
He was into it immediately.
Yeah. He is a great lyricist too. And like this I think has really shown that. But then then we did the one on the parking garage
Mm-hmm.
with Vince. Shout out Vince. And the rest is history, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He got he just got more and more high quality.
Definitely.
It's so funny to me that this is even a thing. Like
Yeah,
anytime I tell anyone, it's like one of my favorite things to tell people.
And it's gonna be awesome to look back on in like 15 years. You can just
Yeah.
sit down and watch them all back to back, and it's just you have like 20. You probably have 20 minutes of rap videos between me and him to
easily.
watch back to back.
Like currently.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And it's such a funny card to play because I'm like they're like Jacob and I'm like yeah with Caleb and they're like what? So yeah, check it out. Don't know how to tell you to find it. How did they find it? Give it up, kid.
Give it up, kid. There you go.
Give it up, kid. Spotlight Entertainment.
What's soggy AF?
Soggy AF. What's the name? Oh, Rap Idiot.
Yeah, that's the latest one, I think, right? Yeah, because he's got the one that he's writing right now.
Yeah.
And any day now.
Any day now.
I'm ready.
Yeah, this is an ongoing thing. It's going to drop, and then we got to get back to work and put something out. Unless it's garbage.
Unless it's garbage, then I don't have to do anything.
Then you don't have to do anything. So, yeah. But Eminem, big influence on that too.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad guy. I mean, honestly, like as far as celebrities go, I think he's one of the most just like neutral. Like people don't, they just hate him because he's Eminem, but they don't really hate him for anything he's like done.
Yeah, like he's got. It's funny because he has controversial lyrics, yet he's openly left wing. So
Yeah.
it's like, what do you do with that? Like you can't accuse him of being transphobic and all these things. When I probably shouldn't even say that on YouTube anymore. But like, and when he's open, and then he openly is against like Trump and all these things, and he's you can definitely tell he's openly left leaning. And then he does all the about all the stuff he does in his personal life with like the kids that he's adopted, and saved from terrible homes with
rough situations.
just rough situations all around. Not that he hasn't had his own rough situations, but yeah, he does just genuinely. He seems like he'd be a little intimidating. Like you hear about his whatever his oldest daughter's name, Haley, yeah, getting married. Like imagine Eminem being your father-in-law, like, and having to go on that date and then meet her father, and then it's Eminem.
Yeah.
Like that would be intimidating. But he does genuinely seem like a pretty nice guy from what you can see, anyways. You know?
Yeah. Would you go see him if he was on tour?
Oh yeah. Well, you know me. If he was close, yes. If he was close.
How close does he have to be?
How close does he have to be? For me to instantly say yes, if he was within 3 hours, I would probably say yes, pretty quick. If any more than that, like if he was in Chicago, I'd probably say yeah, let's go. But if it was any more than that, I'd have to think of it. Would be like if he was in California or something, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, but you know me, so.
Yeah. Would you go to Detroit to see him?
Probably not.
Really?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
I don't know.
I feel like
I'd have to.
like
you'd have to
the
present.
concert.
You'd have to present me with the opportunity and say, "Here's where it is. Here's how much it costs to go. Here's when it is," and then I have to decide. It's not one of those things I can just put a number on. I have to hear it, and then before I can say yes or no to it.
Yeah. I don't know when the last time he performed in Chicago was. I honestly, if you're Eminem, and you can just play Detroit and sell it out anytime, and it's literally like a 40-minute drive from your house to the stadium.
Right.
or a 20-minute drive. I don't know.
Right. We don't know where he lives unless you know something I don't.
I think it's public.
Oh, no way.
I think it is. I'm sure people know. I'm sure it's been found out at this point.
Yeah,
It's
I
probably
guess
on the internet.
probably.
But if it's like 40 minutes from your house to go to the stadium, or you can go to Chicago, which is like undercutting. I don't know. I don't know if there's really a Detroit Chicago rivalry. I've always just kind of imagined there was, but I'm also just like I watch football. So I mean, I like Detroit. I think Detroit's a cool city. I think it's way easier to navigate and get around than Chicago is. But I love.
I've not been to Detroit. You're saying it's much more of a drivable city.
Oh yeah, dude. And they got this thing called the People Mover. That it's like a free train that you can just get on at any time, kind of like at an airport, and it will just take you around the city. I think it has like 11 different stops or something. I'm not sure how many, but there's a crazy story with that actually. I was there with Broken Demeanor. We had a show there, and we're getting on the People Mover the next day after the show, and we're waiting. People Mover pulls up, doors open, all these people start rushing off.
They start moving.
Start coming off. Yeah, they're moving, and they took so long getting off the train that by the time they were off the train, and like I was getting on the train, the doors closed on me. So I'm halfway on this train, and the doors have shut on me, and I'm like, I gotta make a decision to either just get out or get in, because it's gonna start moving. So it's gonna start moving people.
Where were the people you were with? Were they in or out?
No, they're out.
Oh.
So I'm like, you know what? They can just get the next one. I'll see them at the next stop. So I force myself inside the train, and I sit down, and I wave at them, and the train takes off. So I'm on the train, and I'm looking around, and I get a phone call from the guy, from my friend.
I would expect that.
Right? And I go, hey, what's up? I'll just meet you at the next stop. He's like, okay. There's this lady here, and she said when she was getting off the train, she like hit her hand on the door, and she's missing the diamond out of her ring. And I'm looking on the ground, and I literally see this perfect diamond just rolling across the train. And I just bend down and I pick it up, and I'm like, I got it. And he's like, okay, just wait for us. I'll tell her that you've got it, and we'll just meet you at the next stop. I was like, okay. So happens, they show up, and this is a sizable diamond. I think it was like I forget how big it was exactly, but it was big. Like it was a big diamond. I looked it up. It was like they told us the size of it later, and it was like worth $3,200. Like just the diamond itself.
I believe it. If it was a diamond big enough that you could see it rolling across the train, it's worth money.
It was big, and they show up, and I hand them the diamond, and the lady's like crying. She's like this old lady. And she's like, it was our engagement ring, and like her husband's there. And he just opens up his wallet and just hands us all like $200. Like it was such a cool thing. And I was thinking about it on this train. I was like, the odds that like everything that had to happen for that to happen is so crazy.
Right, because if you all had gotten on, she stayed off.
Or
you're done.
If I got on the train but didn't leave my friends, yeah.
Right, if you had all gotten on, then it wouldn't have matched. You wouldn't have, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that was just like a really wild thing. You know, I took a picture with it. Like I have a picture of me holding the diamond.
That's awesome.
But it was a cool story. Yeah, but yeah, they gave us like $600 for giving them the diamond back. Like,
well, some people it's worth that much to them.
I know. I mean, yeah, we weren't, but it was great. It was great. I forget what I did with that money.
It's long gone now.
It's long gone. Probably went and saw somebody.
Wonder who.
No more parties in LA. So, yeah. All right. So you gotta think about seeing Eminem in Detroit, but Chicago is like, yes.
I don't even know how much further Detroit is. How far away is Detroit?
Like 5 hours.
I think I'd have to think about it no matter what. But yeah, I mean, I would want to do it.
It could be an overnight thing.
Yeah, it would be cool for sure. But I'm not a concert guy. See, if I was a concert guy, and if I was a trip guy and I was a party guy, it would be yes 100 times over. But when I don't do any of that stuff,
right,
a yes for me means a lot.
That's true. Honestly, you not being a concert guy, I feel like if we did go see him, we would have to like go see him. Like we'd have to be in the pit.
Yeah.
Like, we would have to be. There's just no
That
alternative.
would be insane.
There's no alternative. Like,
There's an alternative.
not going.
Yeah.
It's the pit or nothing, in my opinion. Because, I mean, like...
I didn't even know it was called The Pit.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
It's a fitting name.
It's a what?
It's a fitting name.
Yeah. Yep.
So, you've been to concerts before.
I've been to concerts before.
I've been to one recently.
Yeah.
Was it Eminem?
Close. No, it's not close. Yeah, no, I got to go see Kanye in LA night 2.
Night 2.
Yeah, he did 2 nights.
Oh, so when you said there was 2 concerts, there was 2 at the same place.
Yes.
She didn't travel.
No.
You had to come to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was his first concert in America in quite a few years where he performed. I mean, I went and saw him at the listening party for Vultures at the United Center in Chicago.
Yeah, and we
2024.
don't even know if he was there.
Don't even know if he was really there. He was completely covered head to toe. Didn't say a single word to anybody, just danced as we listened to his new album. I think it dropped the same time. So it's like we got it on crappy stadium audio versus like being able to listen to it with like AirPods in. But he was there, so allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, I mean, his daughter was there. That I can confirm. So the odds of it would really being him are high, but
Wouldn't
never
his
100.
daughter being there make it lower? Because like then she went there just to make you think that he was there even more, which means he's likely to be there even less.
I never thought of it like that. Maybe you're right.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
So you might as well just...
I don't know where he was at in his custody battle at that time. So maybe that was the giveaway, that it wasn't really him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he actually performed, and it was probably the most insane, like, show I've ever seen. Like, the stage was this globe, it was a half globe. He was standing on it.
On top of the globe.
On top of the globe. And it was projected to look like the Earth, and they had all the smog machines that looked like clouds, and it was just blowing around. It was like, yeah. I've never seen anything like it. And there were 80,000 people.
And you were one of them.
And I was one of them.
Which means there's 160,000 people that got to see him total.
Some people went both nights.
So, yeah, true. I guess that's true.
Yeah.
So probably
Some
in that
crazy
one,
people.
in that 120,000 range, probably. Would you figure half? Would you figure half of people would go twice? Maybe not. Maybe
No way.
25%.
No way.
So
I would say probably like maybe less than 10.
really, okay. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, about 150,000 people.
But
then.
still, less than 10 is still 8,000 people.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of people making that decision.
Did they do like since it was called like night 1 and night 2, did they do like sell tickets like as a bundle for both nights, or was it entirely separate?
I don't think it was bundled. No. The shows were similar. I think everybody can agree that night 2 was definitely the crazier one, like the better one. There were just things that he did. I mean, there were people he brought out that he didn't bring out on the first night. He had Travis Scott, and it was so crazy because the guy that I went with, my friend, we were sitting there, and my friend, we were like before it even started, we're just sitting in our seats, and he was like, "Dude, if Travis Scott comes out," and I'm like, "There's no way Travis Scott's." He's like, "Yeah, there's no way," and we were like Travis Scott's too busy, you know. They had another feature on the album. That guy was there on a couple nights before, and I think CeeLo Green had been there, and it's like, well, CeeLo Green lives literally like maybe 50 minutes from the stadium, so of course he'd be there. And when that song started, and then Travis Scott came out, like it was a pretty explosive moment. 80,000 people. It was immediately everybody knew exactly who that was, and it was cool. Personally, not the biggest Travis Scott fan, but I could get behind that.
I couldn't name a Travis Scott song, so
That's okay.
it just goes to show.
Yeah. Goes to show. Went to the show.
You went to the show. So, yeah, that sounds insane.
It was crazy. There was, Lauryn Hill came out and sang All Falls Down, and I could like feel the stadium shaking with excitement when that song started.
How can you physically even hear like I is the music is just that loud that you hear it over all these people screaming nonstop.
Where we were sitting up in the like the because we had like the nosebleed seats, and I could not hear anything up there. I put my earplugs in and I heard it better, the way it was reverberating. So I moved. I walked down and I got as close as I could, and it was night and day difference between sitting up there and then standing like way down there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can imagine the people on the floor. I've heard that it actually sounded really good down there.
Really?
Yeah, but there was this video this guy took that night. He had free climbed, like didn't buy a ticket to the show, had free climbed to the top of the stadium. Like he posted this video, and he's looking down because the way the the way the stadium's designed, there's like slits in it and everything. It's kind of the cool thing about the studio, SoFi Stadium. Why do I keep saying studio?
Beats me.
So SoFi Stadium has this like roof when he's up there and he can look down and see him, and he like took videos of it, and it was freaking a lot of people out afterwards because like what if he had a gun, or something crazy like that.
Right.
It's like somebody got fired, like security, hello. So definitely not safe, probably not safe to free climb up there
For him or for you.
yeah, for anybody. But it was really funny because from his video it's like you can see, like you don't see me, but like he was right above where we were. So I left a comment. This video has like millions of views, and I left a comment. I was like, "How was the sound from up there?" And he liked it and responded, and he was like, "It actually sounded pretty good." And I would believe that because we left during Runaway, which is like, if the song had ended, I was paying attention to the security, and they were all lining up, getting ready for like the lights to come on and everything get all crazy. So
Yeah, because how does that work? 80,000 people
I
trying to
know.
leave at once.
yeah,
I mean, it's bad trying to leave a movie theater that's full.
we parked like a mile and a half away, and we just walked.
But how did you get out?
We left before everybody else did.
You're
Well,
saying
not anybody else.
I was
but
gonna say there had to still be 10,000 people that had the same idea as you.
there weren't though. So because
Huh.
we're sitting there, I just knew there wasn't going to be an encore. I don't know how I knew, but I knew. I would have been really devastated if there was.
But there wasn't.
There wasn't. So I
Doesn't
saw.
seem like a
I
Kanye
see
thing
him.
to do.
I see him end. That's kind of what I thought. I was like, "There's no way this guy's going to do an encore," and the way the stage was, he was on top and he goes down, like it lowers him underneath, and the trap doors close. And the music, the synths are still going, but the lyrics are done. He's done singing. And I just looked at my buddy and I said, "We got to go now." And he was like, "Why?" And I said, "His security's all lined up. He's not playing another song." He's like, "Oh, I never would have thought of that." And we just start running. We literally ran away right after Runaway. It was awesome. And we ran kind of corny, but kind of cool. And we ran all the way, like we did a mile. And when we got out of the stadium, though, you could hear the synths, and it sounded so much better because it wasn't being reverberated down at you from their dome. I think if it was open air, probably would have sounded way better. But I don't know how much you can really do in that stadium for sound, you know? So when he said he was on top of the stadium and he said it actually sounded pretty good, I was kind of jealous. I was like, yeah, probably did something pretty cool. It's probably a really great way to watch a concert.
Yeah, that's kind of insane.
Yeah, they should sell seats up there. You just have to climb up to them. It's like $50 seats, but you just got to make the climb.
Oh no, you gotta charge more for them. They're premium seats.
Oh, okay.
You just gotta get there.
That's
They're
true.
$1,000 seats.
$1,000 seats, and you got to make the climb. Somebody's gonna misjudge that. Somebody is gonna pay for those seats that has never rock climbed a day in their life. Yeah, it's not gonna go well. They're just gonna be stuck.
Well, that's why they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So
That's why.
that sounds like a pretty awesome experience, though.
Yeah, I don't know how to articulate it yet. I don't know if I will.
Because you were just there yesterday. No, it was before Easter.
It was Friday.
Friday.
It was on Good Friday.
So today's Tuesday. You were there on Good Friday.
Yeah. That was like the one thing, because like my buddy is also Catholic. And so we went to this was a cool thing too. He was at Franciscan University, and I guess like his fraternity was like Junipero Serra. Like he's like the saint. And when we were there looking for a mass to go to, well, not mass, but cross service for Good Friday, Veneration of the Cross, he was like, I wanted to see one of the missions that Junipero Serra founded. And I was like, that makes sense. So I looked them up, and I found one was like 40 minutes from where we were. So we go, and we go to the Veneration of the Cross community service, and there were 3 priests that were saying mass, and it was like this church. It was kind of older, but I was like, the mission was supposed to be founded back in like 1772, so predating America. And I was like, this doesn't look that, like, they've done a lot of restoration. I'm like, it kind of doesn't have that feel anymore. I was a little disappointed. And there were 3 priests celebrating. And the one priest that was leading was definitely having some arguments with the cantor. It was like super, or lector. Like, they were just not in good communication with each other. And like, he had to go over and explain some things. And like, she didn't get it, he didn't get it. She would literally say, all kneel, and then everybody would kneel, and then he would go, all stand, and then everybody would stand, and then she would go, all kneel, and everybody. And so like, people were getting fed up, but we all listened every single time they said it. We were like, we're gonna let you guys figure this out. We're gonna keep going up and down. And you could just tell he was annoyed, and we got through it somehow. Well, I noticed that that the mission, like after it was over, we go outside. And the old church is over here. Like, it was down a couple, maybe, I don't know, like maybe 200 feet away from where we were. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, so this is the new church they built, but the old one is still here. So I was like, let's go look at the old one, because that's what you wanted to see. And it was locked. And I was like, oh, it sucks. They had a museum and everything. It was all closed. And we were going back to the car. We see the priest. Like the one who was celebrating mass, and my buddy was like, oh, we should ask him if we can go to the mission. I was like, I don't know, he's having kind of a bad day. And there was this African priest there as well, and he comes out, and I was like, I'm gonna ask him. So I go up, and I was like, hey, Father, we were hoping to see the old mission. And he's like, oh, sorry, it is closed. He's like, it's Good Friday, we don't want visitors, on Good Friday. And he goes, you must have traveled far. And my buddy goes, yeah, I'm from Florida. And the priest just makes the sign of the cross and says, follow me. And he took us inside the mission. And it was so cool. Like, first we walk inside the priory. We're just walking down, like, where they all live and everything. Like, I'm like, who comes back here? I don't know. And we see, like, 3 other priests that were just living there. And then he, like, opens up the church. We get to go inside. I took some pictures, which I don't even think you're allowed to like take pictures, but it was awesome. And that was like from 1772, like just older than the country, literally older than the country.
Older than the country's independence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome. So that was our Good Friday experience, and then we go see Kanye West.
What time does the concert start?
I think it started at like 8:15.
So how long of a concert was it?
He performed till about 10:30.
Okay.
So just over 2 hours.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So how early do you have to get to something like that? Like, you were there at like 5, weren't you?
We parked our car at 3.
Oh.
Yeah, because church got over at noon.
They don't do Good Friday service at 3?
No, they did it at 12.
Huh.
So we got back to this. We're gonna go to the beach, and then he called one of his friends, and he's like, dude, I heard people are already lining up. I was like, well, we wanted to get merch, so we drove to the concert, parked, got some horrible food, like just at this restaurant. It was not good. I guess I learned my lesson. Don't order sushi from a Mexican restaurant. So,
you shouldn't have needed to learn that lesson. That should just be ingrained into you.
I know. It was so bad, I was putting pepper on it.
Did you get sick?
I did, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, at least you didn't get sick, but it sounds like you got sick, so never mind.
Yeah, did not feel good. And then he got a burrito, and like I was like, because it was Friday in Lent, so we were just getting veggie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So his burrito was not it. He got a fish burrito. Yeah, it
Why not just go
sounds
for
bad.
fish tacos?
I don't
Fish
know.
tacos are good. Fish burrito doesn't sound good.
Was not.
Sushi from a Mexican restaurant should not be allowed.
I'm with you on that. Yeah. California roll in California. I didn't think it would miss. It missed.
Yeah.
Not even close. So
It didn't even throw.
didn't even throw. It was like supposed to go to home plate, and he shock putted that.
Yeah.
It's like, so we got in line about 3:40, I think, maybe it was 4, and then they were supposed to let us in at 5. We were in that line for like an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, we got in. They had the merch outside the stadium, so we got some out there. Got some bootlegs. But yeah, it was just a good time. It was crazy. Really glad it happened. Makes me think. I didn't know what else to ask for. Like people are always like, I don't know. They say like, oh, it's not the old Kanye. But I was literally sitting there listening to all this stuff, and I think a lot of people were really happy to see the way that concert went. But I was just wondering, like, I literally left, like, I don't know what else I could have asked for. Like, what else you could have seen this guy do that night to, like, make you happier.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good. He had so much fun. That was the best part about it. Is like, he genuinely looked like he was just having a blast. That's rare for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, rare to see, for anybody to see that. But, wow.
Well, that's awesome.
What a time. I feel like in terms of rap concerts, I wonder what fans are crazier between Eminem fans and Kanye fans.
Well, from the things I've heard, I would assume Kanye fans.
We would assume that, but they literally made a whole movie
Oh,
about
a
how crazy,
documentary about Eminem fans.
about how crazy
That's
those
true,
fans.
but I feel like every famous artist probably has those people to an extent. You know, there's some crazy Swifties,
Yeah,
and I don't know who else. Just any major artist they're gonna have crazy fans because there's just crazy people everywhere, and crazy people have very diverse tastes. There's crazy here, crazy there, crazy everywhere.
crazy everywhere. There's because yeah, they made the movie about the stands. I definitely have spent more time listening to Eminem than I've spent listening to Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I'm probably a bigger Kanye fan at this point, even though I have more appreciation. I think Eminem is unmatched when it comes to lyrics. But that's the thing that's like so infectious. I feel about Eminem's music though is when you are on that, like when you are on your Eminem kicks, it consumes you.
Yeah, definitely. It's what it did for me.
Yeah,
So it's crazy.
I think it's a common experience. What would you say if you had to rate, like, I don't think we haven't talked about Eminem at all yet. So if you had to rate Eminem albums, I think we've done this before, like ourselves.
Yeah.
I think our lists were pretty similar.
And I feel like it's hard to do when you're not like able to like write it down, just
Yeah.
speaking it. But I mean, you've got. That's tough. I think Recovery is probably my number one.
Yeah,
I would probably put Recovery at number one, and then it's so hard. Yeah, I can't. I don't think I can do it. I mean, Recovery's up there, Revival's up there, Kamikaze's up there. A lot of people don't like Revival. You and I both like it a lot. You said it was like the first album that you've.
It's the first album I bought.
Yeah, the first album you bought. Yeah, so you got it. But I would put Recovery, I think, at number one.
Okay.
And then I would put Revival and Kamikaze. Not. I'm just saying. I can't order it perfectly, but Revival, Kamikaze, and Marshall Mathers LP2. I'd put in a group up there with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a fan. Infinite is just so different. I've not listened to much Infinite. I'm not a fan of that. So it's kind of, to me, it starts with Slim Shady LP.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair. I think most people would feel.
Yeah, I don't think that's a hot take by any means. Least favorite album? Yeah, it's probably Relapse.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a hot take either.
I don't know. Some people love it.
Really?
Yeah.
The voices were a little much. If I go by an album that I listen to like the least amount of songs in said album, it's Relapse.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
if I take my favorite playlist that just has all my favorite songs from all the different artists that I have, the Relapse probably has the least amount.
Yeah.
And I really liked Death of Slim Shady at the beginning, and then the longer it goes on, the less much of a fan of it. But at the beginning, I was like, "This is awesome," but the more it was a cool concept. What do they call that? Where the whole album, tells the story.
Concept album.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's a cool So and that was a cool. I'd never experienced anything like that before,
Yeah.
so that's kind of a cool. And then you can play, you play it forwards, and then you can also play it backwards, and you get a different story. Basically, it's
Yeah.
kind of cool. So for Eminem to be able to play, I don't know, that's not usual for a concept album to be able to play, to still get something that makes sense forward and backwards.
I can think of a couple, but it is not common.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like more people are starting to do it. I know. I think Kendrick Lamar just did that. I know somebody who's making one right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was also a cool concept to have Eminem and Slim Shady. Like it didn't sound. They obviously used AI or whatever, or in severe editing to make him sound like he did. And some of it sounds pretty close, but some of it's kind of a little bit off. You have a little bit of that uncanny valley with his voice.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound quite right.
I think we need to let that stuff just fade away into the blackness. Like, get rid of that. Like, we don't need Grand Moff Tarkin talking. We back in Star Wars with CGI or Princess Leia.
Just recast them.
They're dead. Move on.
I agree.
Yeah, and so like same thing with like Slim Shady sounding like he's not. He's 50 plus.
To go on a little tangent of that for a second.
Rip it.
Did you watch The Mandalorian?
No.
So, but I assume you saw when they brought Luke, when they CGI'd Luke in.
Oh yeah.
If you watch the behind the scenes for that, they obviously I don't think he was related to Luke. Maybe he could have been like to Mark Hamill. I don't think he was related. They just found a guy that looked a lot like Mark Hamill did in the 70s. So then they had a good baseline to edit off of, where they had this guy that already looked like him, so that it was less work for the deep fake to do or whatever, But then you can look up these behind the scenes clips of him. He had to, they had Mark Hamill perform it, and they had him perform it after watching Mark Hamill and doing exactly what he did. It looks great with just the guy doing it. Like, he looked good enough for Luke. He looked like Luke. He didn't look exactly like Mark Hamill, but he looked like Luke. And he was literally copying Mark Hamill's exact acting. So he had that. They should have just had him do it and not edited it at all. And it would have been a different actor, but it would have been great. And you wouldn't have been distracted by the CGI deep fakeness of it.
Ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Just
Honestly,
leave it in the blackness.
That was before anybody was even saying the words AI.
Yeah.
Like, the only time you were talking about AI then was when you were selecting the difficulty of your bots in Call of Duty. That was the last time it was said before that.
Yeah, AI is about as smart as those bots too.
Yeah.
Really hasn't gotten.
They're all in Recruit still.
Yeah, I have not seen. I think my favorite. Who the heck was talking about AI? I don't remember. Somebody was. I listen to too many things now. But he was just going on about like how he doesn't think AI is gonna evolve like everybody thought it would. He's like, we can't let it be creative. Like, it just doesn't know how to be. And in a sense of, it's a memory base.
It doesn't understand what true creativity is. Yeah. You train it off of these things.
If there's no prompts, there's no AI.
Right. Here's something you wouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't even get into this because I'm gonna have to explain to it. So when it comes to like computers and like when it comes to like rendering video games, there's this new software that they call it's called an upscaler. Basically, it renders the game at like 720p or even lower, and it uses this technology. It's mostly AI based now, but they upscale it to like 4K. And it uses less computing power because editing or like rendering a video or whatever takes more power in 4K than it does to do in like 720 or 480p. Yeah. So it basically you play the game at like 720, but then before it hits your TV, it upscales it and it uses less power to do this thing. So it's a really nice technology because then people who don't have as good at computers can play games and have them look nicer on nicer TV. Anyways, they come out with a new version of it, and it's AI trained now, and it literally what they trained this on. They trained it on all this. It's mainly meant for people's faces now and stuff to make them really crisp and clear and all that for characters' faces. They trained it on data because it can't be creative in itself, and so everything and all the data they trained it on was all these it was all these beautiful women that had lipstick on and mascara on and all these things, and now it's taking your character in your zombie game, and all of a sudden they show it and just like looks like they just put on makeup. Like, it looks awful. There's so many memes of it now because that's what they trained it on. It doesn't know what to do. It just knows what you fed it. And so if you feed it all these images of women with lipstick and makeup and eyeliner and all these things and all these really handsome buff guys, it's gonna skew when it upscales all this imagery, and it's gonna tweak everything and make it look so weird.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it does, and everybody hates it. And it's not like it's an optional thing. You don't have to opt into it, but they're trying to pass it off as this great new thing, and it's terrible. And and it's basically because it's partially because you can't. Games are so different. You can't have this same program work on Skyrim and work on Fortnite when it's trained off of the same data, because those are two very different games. You can't. It doesn't make any sense.
No, that's fair. And I feel like people would argue they'd be like, well, people are brought up in certain cultures, and it's like, so like you are a product of your environment in that way. And so it's like AI is intelligence because it's like whatever you expose it to, and people get more cultured. Does that mean that you're more cultured, you're more intelligent though?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, you can be super intelligent, like you can have a really high IQ. Like, I don't know if we even measure the IQ of AI. How do you even do that? Because it's literally just like you said, it's just a memory base.
Right. It's just
a program.
Right. It's just program. I mean, sure, it's cool.
Advanced.
Yeah, it's advanced.
Really special.
And it's not creative.
No.
And
it's crazy.
It doesn't come up with you. It cannot come up with unique thoughts. All it can do is pull from the data that it has, which is funny because sometimes it can have the exact data and still can't pull from it properly, and just gives you blatantly wrong information. If you try to ask ChatGPT a question, it has the data there. It has access to the entirety of the internet. You can get the right internet, but instead it's still wrong. Or the Google search, you've seen the stuff with Google search. It has the AI box at the top, and there's been times where it's told people to eat rocks and stuff like that. It's like, you have the data. Why can't you find it?
So are you saying that like AI is not really very individualistic? Like they're not really like, they can't really, like, you could have three people grow up in the same home, they're gonna have different levels of intelligence and individualism. Like, individuality.
You can just look at siblings.
Exactly.
And different levels of creativity.
Exactly. But so it's like that's signs of intelligence. One may be significantly more intelligent than the other, but how are you going to measure an AI's intelligence? And then, like, I mean, we have a couple of them now. We have Grok, we have Gemini.
There's a lot, yeah. And then there's ones that are specifically meant. There's like the chatbot ones, and there's ones that are meant to make videos. There's ones that are meant to make. I mean, AI means a whole. That's the dumb thing too, is that now even we have it in our heads, and the AI. Everyone just thinks of AI as ChatGPT and Grok and whatever the image edit creators and stuff are, but it's like, it's not. AI was a thing. AI's always been a thing. AI is what you call your Call of Duty bots. Like, it's AI. It's artificial intelligence. It's just a computer program that's designed to do this certain thing. And I mean, that's what it's not. Just because something's AI doesn't mean it's bad. And you can use, and I think you can use AI in good ways.
Oh, absolutely.
When it comes to just, if you have a good AI system, where you can just have it analyze, you could just, for example, have it analyze a bunch of data and consolidate it. That's great. Like, it saves time, saves labor. Maybe some people don't like that idea either. But when something can save time and turn a 6-hour job that somebody just has to sit there click back and forth, and this AI can do it in 2.5 seconds. That's great, in my opinion.
I use it all the time.
But yeah, it's when it comes to trying to create something new, you're not. I mean, you are, but you aren't. You know, when an AI generates an image, it's a new thing that's not been created before, but also it's not original.
Yeah.
And I think there's different arguments in different places and different laws about what you can consider, like for example, like copywriting like an AI image. You know, they're debating, well, who had the copyrights for the images you trained it on? You know, it's not just the person who presses the button gets the copyright image. If you made all these different paintings, you made thousands of different paintings, and I took pictures of every single one and then trained my AI on it and then generated a new painting with that AI that I just trained on thousands of your paintings. Who owns the painting? If I made the AI and you made the paintings that I trained it on, you know, it's kind of a very gray area.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. I haven't even thought of those aspects. I feel like, and that's cool too, because my AI, I guess, algorithm like that I've been like seeing a lot. It was a lot of like the people like fantasizing with like the Ready Player One or like Terminator kind of like just like prediction of what AI looks like when it takes over the planet or something crazy. And but that's just like my algorithm. And so, but the way that you're even breaking it down is it's just like things I've never even like really thought about. Like you saying, the bots from Call of Duty are legitimately AI. You know,
Right.
yeah, that's really interesting. I know people were mad because like one of the biggest complaints when this album, Kanye's latest album, was coming out was that he used a lot of AI on it. And he did this release party like streaming a few days before the concert, like when the album came out, and the audio was replaced. Like even though like we had AI leaked tracks, he had replaced that with his real vocals, and so that was like, whoa.
So he just used AI to like produce it, and then he re-recorded
And then
it.
yeah, but so it's like interesting. I need to see more about what happened there. But I thought, I mean, and my whole argument too, when those leaks came out and people were hating on it for being AI, I wasn't really hating on it because it still sounded good to me. You know, and I'm like, you can use these tools and still be creative, you know, but it's not like it was an AI generated song and he just like put it out, you know.
Right.
Like, it was still intentionally engineered just with this kind of technology. And I think that's really cool. I mean, I just used AI to help me find venues to try and book a show if I wanted to go play in London while I'm there, because I don't know anything about the London music scene, but AI knows because it's been fed. So, I mean, that's just one way.
Right.
Saves a lot of time on Reddit.
Yeah. Yeah, it only knows what it's been fed. That's a good way to say that too.
Yeah. I'd love to read more about that. Love to see more about that.
So you'd love to see more AI?
I would, yeah.
I'm ready for it to be over. I don't need it.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're almost hitting an hour, so I think we better call it. But thanks everybody for watching, listening. We appreciate it. Yeah, we're at 43 subscribers now. As long as that person didn't unsubscribe, you told them to.
Well, you insulted someone else. So
Did I?
Yeah, the person who didn't know we were talking about Eminem. So maybe they were the ones who unsubscribed.
Well, you know what? I take it back if you subscribe again. So, yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Please share the show. Let us know if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions. Yeah, just Caleb made some great Indian, what is it, butter chicken?
Butter chicken?
Yeah, we had that right before. I've been tasting it this whole time. So every time I'm belching, it's been tasting so it's good though. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm sorry guys. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Have a good week.